Welcome to McKeesport, Pennsylvania, Champ Sports Network's coverage of Penn State Greater Allegheny baseball. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Fargo, joined alongside Mike Osti. It's a great day for baseball, and we're finally on the air as we figured out our electrical issues in this game, Mike. A little bit interesting as far as by way of how we're getting our electricity, but
this game pretty much defines persevering. This is persevering, and this is determination. We had a couple electrical outlets that did not work, some power outages that did not happen for us. So we had a nice neighbor here adjacent to the park, Mr. Williams, that decided to provide an assist to the broadcast. So this is made possible thanks to him.
We're going to pick things up at the bottom of the second inning. Penn State Greater Allegheny has a 6-3 advantage. And at the plate right now will be Hollis for Greater Allegheny. Del Rio leading things off on our broadcast coverage.
Greater Allegheny able to get men on base and knock them around in that first inning.
Greater Allegheny has a 7-3 advantage here in the bottom of the second inning. A pickoff attempt will get you catch up on the scoring here in a little bit. Bear with us as we catch up as well.
we're lucky to be on it all.
Look like you're very stressed though.
I'm very relaxed right now. It's baseball atmosphere. We're doing a broadcast among the people.
Penn State Hazelton and Penn State Greater Allegheny offensive showing here from GA. Bases clearing double, getting Greater Allegheny on the board and tying things up at the bottom of the first inning and made it 3-3. Del Rio awaits a pitch with the runner on first. He'll take one low in the zone and put it right up the middle into center field. Del Rio's aboard with the single, and runner moves up to third base. Runners at the corners, and Greater Allegheny continues to threaten here in the bottom of the second inning, already up 7-3.
And just like in the first inning, Greater Allegheny able to get men aboard and able to knock them around into scoring position second and third before even that first or second out, putting all the pressure on the mound, and already with a devastating advantage so far for Penn State Greater Allegheny.
Off attempt, they got him pinned out, but a runner will cross the plate. And now 8-3 is good pickoff attempt at first base, but it's still going to cost Hazelton a run.
He's laying down bunt too before the pickoff attempt, so a run scored before even having to try the bunt.
Concepcion was able to score for Greater Allegheny. Fouled back into the cage. First-year coach Mark Jackson at the helm for Penn State Greater Allegheny. GA riding a 7-game win streak coming into today's game.
Got a pitch right down the middle. He takes it, but that could have been a pitch he could have cranked into the outfield.
Ryba sets and throws. Takes another pitch.
The greater your lead is, the more runners you have on, the longer these inning goes. You want to keep taking pitches, make the pitcher work, and get him out of this game.
Matt Klena at the plate right now for Greater Allegheny. Fouls another one down the right field line. Klena, a senior, batting .214 on the season so far. Eight to 3 our score. Ryba set to deliver another pitch to Matt Glennie at the bottom of the second inning. That one's low and bounces up off the catcher.
Deep count. This pitcher has been throwing mostly low pitches, trying to get the batter to chase. But you can also drive a low pitch if it's barely enough in the strike zone.
Ryba sets and throws, and that one is off of Klena, his shoulder or elbow, and he'll take first base on the hit batsman.
Second hit batsman of the game, and both not even really a lack of control, nothing dirty on them either. Just kind of the pitches got away from him. But Great Allegheny won't mind taking the bag, already with a run home and already with a significant lead.
Adam Jacko will stand in. First pitch to Jacko is a called strike right down the middle. Jacko taking all the way. Left-handed batting Jacko.
Yeah, Great Allegheny, you have a nice advantage when you can go right, left, righty.
Big part right batting Jacko. Takes inside for ball one. Ryba sets in that one fouled out of play. Two away in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on first. Jacko awaits a 1-1 pitch or 1-2 pitch that's in the dirt and moves the count to 2-2. Jacko, the Greater Allegheny starting second baseman. Ryba sets and throws a ground ball to second base. On to first to end the inning. But more damage done by this Greater Allegheny offense after two full innings here in McKeesport. Greater Allegheny leads Hazelton 8-3. We'll come back with the top of the third on the Champ Sports Network. Back to sport. Top of third inning from the bleachers. Throughout the season, get a chance to typically call a game from the stands. We've been
Yeah, literally the leash free today.
Yeah. First pitch fouled off. This is Code Ryba. That's another one off. Eddie Eames, pitcher for Grand Allegheny this afternoon. Ahead of the count to Royba. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball third base. Slow bounce to first. One away. As Clay Grove tosses over to first base. And Josh Arroyo for the first out of inning number 3.
And quick work of the first batter, too, and Eddie Eames that built so he's able to kind of get these batters chase and ground balls and make it easier for his defense. Haven't even been able to track too much in the outfield, even with their first runs.
Ground ball to the shortstop, on to first, out number 2. Great around the gate shortstop this afternoon, Aaron McGee. McGee will toss on to first, second out of the inning. Dito at left takes a strike. Called around the letters. 2 quick away from the top of the third inning. Allegheny leads at 8-3. Taking low for ball 1. The count even up 1-1. Pitch. A ground ball. McGee at the shortstop position on the force to Arroyo. 1-2-3. Quietly goes Hazelton to the top of the third. As for the bottom of the 3, Allegheny leads it 8-3. We'll be back on the Sports Network. To the bottom of the third inning here at McKeesport. Wind kicking up. Turned out to be a really nice day. Mark Hollis leads things off for Greater Allegheny in the bottom of inning number 3 and takes outside for ball 1. Left-handed batting Hollis. Sophomore from North Hills. That's a called strike. The count evens up at 1-1 to Hollis, the leadoff batter at the bottom of the third inning.
Each one of these Greater Allegheny batters, they're getting a pitch down the middle. They're getting a fastball down the middle, and they're mostly taking it, going after the low pitches.
Eats up the second baseman, tries to repose himself, and he could not do it. Beating it out down the first baseline. Mark Harless able to beat it out. And that ball hit up the second baseman, and he did do a pretty good job, Winter, at second base for Hazelton, composing himself, but it was just too little too late.
It ate him up so much, though, he composed himself to make sure it wasn't a disaster, but it was overthrown. It was going to be safe.
So here's Clay Groff. Groff shows bunt all the way. Pulls it back and swings away at strike one. Clay Groff, the redshirt junior Taylor Alderdice product. Oh, what pitch is fouled back into the cage in the count 0-2 to Clay Groff, the second batter at the bottom of the third inning with nobody out and one on.
And Great Allegheny doing again exactly what you need to do. Win games and be a powerful offense. Getting men on every single inning. They're on base into scoring position. 8 runs so far.
Fouled away. Groff battles 0-2.
Excellent block by the catcher to avoid that getting behind him. If it would have got behind him and rolled, that could have reached the runner.
Pickoff attempt at first base. Back in time is Hollis. Set and throw that one high. 1-2 to Clay Groff. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the third. Swing and a miss. A high fastball gets Groff down on strikes. One away in the bottom of the third.
That's one of those pitches, too, that it was in the strike zone. It was a strike, but it's so up high you don't know what to do with it. That's a money pitch for the pitcher.
Aaron McGee to the plate, the senior. Stands in with one away and one on. First pitch, down and low, inside for ball one. Second pitch is a fly ball out to left field. Back is the left fielder under it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. And returning back to first base is Hollis. 2 away in the third.
Sun right in the outfielder's eyes there, too. And that pitch was driven. Almost tripped up there against the wall, but makes the catch. A Gold Glove style catch, and does provide an out for Penn State Hazelton.
Now Troy Ambrose to the plate for Greater Allegheny. The Pembroke Pines, Florida native, and a left-handed batter. Pickoff attempt, they got Hollis as he had been taken off back and forth.
Kind of a game of chicken right now, though.
He's staying in it for a long time. Going to slide down, and they got him.
Thought he almost got back there, though. A game of chicken as Penn State Hazelton kind of hesitated and almost allowed him. It allowed him to get in front of the ball and make it a race back to first base. Thought he got there, but the umpire and the first base disagrees.
So after 3 innings, Greater Allegheny still leads this one 8-3. Boy, have they been on a tear as of late. I mentioned 7 straight wins for Greater Allegheny coming into this afternoon's doubleheader. And, the season started a little bit. They start 3-0, then they lose their next three. They're 500, and since then they've 7, 8, and 9. They've gone 9-1.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to get on a little bit of a streak, and any baseball season is a season of streaks, winning streaks, losing streaks. But Penn State Allegheny, when you have an offense like this that makes so much contact, gets on base, you're definitely able to win some games, and the pitching staff that saw it as well.
Yeah, just looking. We're talking about team statistics, 121 runs so far this year. That's in 16 games. Their team batting average at 321.
Look at the on-base percentage at 444.
So this pitch at the top of the fourth inning is a called strike.
This is the Penn State Allegheny offense that even the analytics community and the wins above replacement group would be fans of.
This is Ryan Weirdick swinging strike 2. Weirdick, the right fielder. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And easy work for Eddie Eames. 3 pitches and a strikeout recorded.
Another one of those quick work batters, Freddie Eames, but filthy stuff there on that last called strike 3.
Thomas Sharp to the plate, another lefty. Let's off ball 1. Broadcast being brought to you by Mr. Williams this afternoon. Appreciate him donating the power.
He is the main sponsor this evening.
Associates, Mr. Williams.
and family, I don't know. I only met him.
Right.
Don't know if anyone else in his family is around, but thanks to them as well.
1-1 is popped into foul ground. It should get down harmlessly. It does. A lot of foul territory with this this area being fenced in. It basically allows for a ton of foul territory where you just could run forever.
Yeah, it reminds you of the Oakland Coliseum foul territory where you're getting almost a whole nother field that's just foul.
1-2 pitch. Just inside 2-2. Tough pitch to lay it off.
Yeah, that's one of those just flirt with the strike zone, and Ames has been really throwing those in fastball.
That's high, that's 4. Payoff pitch misses, and Sharp is aboard.
Good eye, though, for the batter. I mean, those pitches were pitches that you think you would want to get after, but they were just on the touch outside the strike zone, and he ends up at first base.
Winter, the catcher for Hazelton, takes low at the shins for ball 1. Let's off, throw down to first base after the called strike on Winter, and back in time is Sharp. 1-1 to Hazelton's catcher here in the top of the fourth inning, 8-3. Greater Allegheny leads, and this one weakly hit the third. Groff will go to second with it for 1 and pick off the leadoff runner. Nice heads-up play. Groff maybe had a conversation with himself there before going to second base and getting the lead runner out.
Yeah, always focus the runner further into scoring position and able to get the cutoff man.
So 2 away here at the top of the fourth inning, and Marnell will come to the plate for another pickoff attempt at first from the catcher.
Penn State Hazelton has got men on base. They've been able to work counts, but unlike Penn State Allegheny, they've not got the clutch hits. They've not got the extra base hits. They've not been able to run around the base pads as much. And Penn State GA's defense has been on fire in this one.
Yeah, and Eames has definitely settled down from that 3-run inning in the first, and that's one's right at Eames, and he'll knife it out of the sky with the glove hand and end the inning. So Hazelton goes quietly again to the fourth after 3.5. Greater Allegheny leads this one still 8-3, and you have to think that this game kind of, after 2 innings and very long, an inning and a half at least.
Fortunate for us as we're setting up the broadcast.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They bought us some time.
But you have to almost think that you were kind of headed towards the line of a bunch of offense and offensive showing, and now seeming like the defenses are starting to take over. And Greater Allegheny already has a very nice cushion.
Yeah, pitcher's duel, but Greater Allegheny still getting men on base. So this is a pitcher's duel that obviously Penn State Hazelton can't win that way. They're going to have to do something else here. And it was a game that both teams were able to get to the pitcher early on, which usually means when you have so many runs in the first or second inning, you're going to have a longer day and a harder day for the pitcher because they're throwing more pitches and they're going to have their arm tired. Not the case here. Eames able to kind of rejuvenate himself and really still is bringing the filthy stuff that he had coming into the game, really able now to use it and working the pitches and getting them exactly where he wants them. And Penn State Hazelton not really even threatening.
We're talking about first-year coach Mark Jackson. And had a light rival to Greater Allegheny, but he is returning to Pittsburgh from Philadelphia, where he spent a total of 19 years of his career directing baseball programs here in Pittsburgh. He's been the head coach at Point Park and the University of Pittsburgh. So different landscape, obviously, down here in the USCAA and the PAC, but Mark Jackson, first-year coach, and has his team at 12-4 in the middle portion of the year.
Yeah, and an impressive resume for him in his career, and definitely something that could add to this Penn State Greater Allegheny program, and has already brought them a winning season to date.
Bachelor's degree of science from Penn State and a master's from Temple. So add that to the resume. Lead things off, Troy Ambrose, and Ambrose has been Mr. Everything for Greater Allegheny, batting .434 coming into this afternoon. Foul that one off to go to 0-2. Left-handed batting Ambrose getting another opportunity after his last at-bat was cut short on the pickoff of Hollis on first base. That one skips off the plate for ball one.
Wind picking up steam here in McKeesport.
Ground ball to first base. First baseman able to hand it and do the honors himself for the first out. One away in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Gianmarco Concepcion to the plate for Greater Allegheny.
You enjoy saying his name, don't you? You rolling the tongue?
Wasn't kind of, I guess.
A little bit of a tongue roller.
The Puerto Rico native to the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back for ball one. Well, I've seen Gianmarco last year down in Florida. Batting .362 coming into this afternoon. Takes a called strike there. Bunt's shown and pulled back. Ball is called. Close pitch right at the knees. Two ball, one strike pitch to Concepcion. He'll foul that one off. A low ball went after it. And Corey Ryba, Mike, giving up these 8 runs, still in the ball game, and starting to settle things down if he could get out of this inning without any damage done.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought he'd get past the second inning, but he's really been able to calm himself down and calm this team down, make it a pitcher's duel, and it's kept him in this game.
Count goes to full as Concepcion takes low and inside for ball 3. And the payoff pitch coming to Gianmarco Concepcion. That's a foul ball down the third baseline. We'll do it again. Battle at the plate. With 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 8-3, Greater Allegheny leads. Game 1 of our doubleheader from McKeesport. It's called the Game from the Bleachers Day on the Champ Sports Network.
Crossing off the bucket list. It's open up baseball season.
Pitch. Ball 4. Wow, the umpire showing some theatrics there. No one knew if he was going to call ball 4 or call strike 3. Or...
He wants to leave suspense. He lets it linger.
So Concepcion aboard with 1 away. And this will bring up Joshua Arroyo. And Arroyo lines one into left field for a base hit. Concepcion takes off the third base. His left fielder had some trouble with that in left field. We were hanging out there in left field a little earlier and a little wet out there.
Yeah, a little deeper, though. Puddle wasn't going to be his issue. But, yeah, able to turn on the jets and get himself over to third base when most couldn't. But using his speed and a little bit of a bobble by the left fielder, now runner in scoring position again for Penn State GA.
And Francisco Del Rio to the plate for Greater Allegheny. Another Puerto Rico. Went to the Carlos Beltran Baseball Academy, Mike.
And that's not a bad place to go. That's not a bad lesson from a borderline Hall of Famer in Carlos Beltran.
High fly ball and shallow right field, and the second baseman went out and made the catch. That would have been a long run for the right fielder to make that catch. So second baseman comes out and does the honors for out number 2 in the inning. So runners at the corners with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Matt Klenna back to the plate with a RBI spot. That one's low, and runner thought about going and came back to the first base bag. Can't imagine that Joshua Arroyo is a speedster. Ball 2 high, runner goes, throw to second, and they're going to get in a pickoff, and that's going to score the run, and then the ball came loose, and it goes out of play, and that's going to give – how about that? That's going to give Arroyo second base anyway, and it's 9-3.
There's even a Penn State GA player kind of stretching out there, not figuring anything was going to come to him. I had to move out of the way for Penn State Hazelton first baseman to get over there and make the play, but by that point, already seeing a runner now over at second base, a run coming home, and again, another lucky break for Penn State GA, and more runs on the board.
So how about that? Just, that play is just designed for Arroyo to stay in a rundown long enough to get that runner home.
Yeah, which was guaranteed.
Right.
I mean, by the point of the bobble and a point of the throw being too far, the run was already home. That's thinking too much of it if you're the second baseman.
Arroyo ends up at third base because the ball goes out of play.
Yeah,
so.
And really could walk over to second base.
So here's Klenna. Another opportunity to bring in a run here, and that one Lone inside has to pull his leg back to avoid contact. Wide up in the pitch. Ball 4. Klena's aboard. Runners at the corners once again with 2 away. And Adam Jacko to the plate. Now, it would be a little different with the lack of speed at third base in Arroyo if you tried that again.
You would figure.
Yeah.
But you figure you can't. I mean, usually that works once an inning.
Yeah. I don't know if you're going to see Hazelton throw that one to second base again. But first pitch to Jacko, and no, that he was going, and
they got a rundown.
And they tag him off, and Arroyo didn't go anywhere.
Well, there's the revenge on the play. You have lack of speed at third base, so the reverse ends up occurring. But a run does come home nevertheless.
So Greater Allegheny plates another after 4. GA 9 and Hazelton 3. It's Penn State Greater Allegheny baseball on the Champ Sports Network. Top of the 5th in McKeesport. GA leading 9-3. Back with Mike Asti, Matt Fargo here with you, and better late than never, right?
We got most of this in, but
you look very relaxed.
Unfortunately, for Penn State GA, they had some runs we did miss in the first inning. Why should I stress myself out? It's baseball. Penn State GA is winning. But I can see. This is where the excellent vision comes into play. I can see leaning back.
That was a shot at me, wasn't it?
No. No. Take it as you want. If I get a pillow, I'd even be more comfortable. So I'm not even at maximum comfortability.
This is Winter leading things off for Penn State. Hazelton at the top of the 5th inning. Been a busy day at the McKeesport Firehouse, by the way.
Yeah, we tried to go over there before going to Mr. Williams, and the fire hall was empty. They had places to go.
Busy day at the fire hall.
I guess that's too bad. You don't want it to be a busy day at the fire hall.
New pitcher on the mound for Greater Allegheny is Daniel DeLay, beg your pardon, sophomore, DeLay. And he nearly hits Winter.
Eames throwing a gem, though. Allowed those 3 runs early, but then from that point on, was able to really control the game.
Myers went. And that will be strike 3. So 1 away. Good start for DeLay. DeLay, a righty. Sophomore from Glassport, Pennsylvania. He was a South Allegheny Gladiator. Ball taken inside to the second batter at the top of the order for Hazelton, Corey Ryba. Left-handed batting, Ryba. Cody and Corey Ryba on the Hazelton lineup. Ryba takes ball 2.
Another one inside. Really bringing in the inside pitches, but a little too inside.
That one misses for ball 4.
And that was one of those where he was trying to work the inside. He was getting ball calls, so he goes outside a little bit, gets away from him, and ends up walking the batter.
Wind up in the pitch to the shortstop, Charlie Karchner. Takes a called strike from delay. No ball, 1 strike pitch. Runner on first. Went away in that one. Wild pitch and no throw as Ryba will take second. Timeout called at the catcher's meeting at the mound.
I think it's the first one we've seen, too.
Yeah.
I support a minimum of catcher-to-pitcher meetings.
Ambrose going out to talk to his sophomore pitcher.
Usually depends on experience and depends on the relationship on how often you do see those meetings. Some overdo it.
Gets wound up pretty good. Yeah, I know exactly. So, and that's the thing.
That was a ground ball up the middle. Can the shortstop get there? He can't. Throw into first. Not in time. And runners at the corners with 1 out. That one a slow roller, and really wasn't really sure if McGee was going to be able to trace that one down to begin with. He was, though. Great range by McGee, just not enough time to throw it on to first.
Yeah, nice effort by McGee, and almost got it in time to first base, really. Only by a hair was it safe. After the pitcher had to kind of avoid the ball and roll away from it, and then it got to McGee. McGee able to scoop it up, but not enough.
Corey Ryba to the plate. Look back at first base to keep Karchner close. Runners at the corners. 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch fouled back by Ryba. Fly ball on this second pitch out to left field, back and trying to chase that one down. A diving attempt is not made. 1 run comes in to score. And Ryba has an RBI double that still allows Hazelton 2 more in scoring position with the cleanup man, Joseph Nigito, to the plate. And really a best-case scenario for Hazelton here as they make it 9-4, but 2 more out there.
Yeah, I mean, when you have runner, though, in scoring position, they need to capitalize on this. Getting later into this game, and they've not been able to score since they tacked on those 3 on Eames early on.
And we're going to have Coach go out and talk with the infield, or will we see a pitching change?
Looks like we are going to see. Yep. Yeah, it looks like. Are we seeing a pitching change? Thought we were. Maybe not. You hate to have to remove a pitcher, though, when with
I think
this
what
many
they're
outs.
doing right now is trying to get Aaron McGee some warm-up throws. That's what
That could be.
I think that's what he's doing right now.
That's kind of right above my vantage point there. The dugout blocking me.
McGee over here on the left here.
But this also is the first time in a while that Penn State Hazelton is even threatening really with runner in scoring position. They had a few innings long out where they weren't able to even get on, and it was 1-2-3. This is an important part of this game.
So delay stays in the ball game for Greater Allegheny to face the cleanup man. Nigito, the third baseman, takes upstairs and inside for ball one. Runners at second and third. One out. Top of the fifth inning, 9-4. Ball 2-0. And Francisco Del Rio taking Nigito trying to pick something out he likes here. Ground it weakly to second base, sliding, and it can't handle it into right field. That will score another 9-5 on the RBI single by Nigito that gets in another 9-5, and that Hazelton has something working here.
Yeah, and that was bobbled a bit by the infielder. Ball hit hard, so not going to be called an error, I don't believe.
No.
But that will send another runner home, and once again, despite the two outs, they get a runner in scoring position, they get a runner over at third, get to threaten, and then Penn State Hazelton finally able to nail these runs home and try to climb into this advantage that Penn State Allegheny's held most of this game.
Yeah, definitely making things interesting, and looks like Coach has seen enough from delay, and
that's one of those. No, do you regret keeping the pitcher in for one? Maybe thought about taking him out, one more batter with the outs they had in this inning. They figured, let's just get out of it. He could not. We see a run home for Penn State Hazelton, and now the GA is forced to go to their third pitcher of the game.
Will be Aaron McGee on the mound. It's a Greater Allegheny pitching change at the top of the fifth inning. 9-5. GA leads it, and we'll come back with more action from the top of the fifth. With runners at the corners and just one out. Hazelton threatening to battle back in this one on the Champ Sports Network.
My name is Dave Zinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own UAV drive. It's huge. Somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, got it." My name is Dale Zinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way Ad Council.
Aaron McGee, the new pitcher for Greater Allegheny here in the top of the fifth inning with one away. And runners at the corners for Ryan Weirdick. Right fielder stands in, face the righty McGee. And a look at both third and first. McGee had stepped off. McGee sets and delivers pitch to Weirdick. That's a called strike. McGee leads the team coming into this afternoon with 28 strikeouts. He's also saved 3 games this season. This is weakly hit the third, and it will be a foul ball. Just foul.
Just towing the line there, foul. And that was a ball that was not able to be handled by the third baseman.
A great play, though, by Groff to make sure that he was in foul territory before he went after that ball. Because if you mishandle the ball in foul territory, foul ball.
Yeah.
McGee sets and throws. Nope. No. Step off the rubber and look both runners back. Another look back at first base. Out one that other runner to head over to scoring position. This is a fly ball out to left field, and this is going to get down and get all the way to the fences. Greater Allegheny had a shift, and that is going to be and double the scores, 2 for Hazelton. And it is 9-7. Greater Allegheny playing the shift, and
he put in the perfect spot off the shift, too. There was no chance for the Greater Allegheny left fielder to be able to get there and avoid one, if not both, runs scoring. Right into the really open territory over there in left field, over top of the third baseman's head. And when McGee, who leads the team in strikeouts and has been able to save 3 games, but when you throw strikeout stuff, you also are going to allow contact and play a shift. That was just a test move that was won, and they get 2 runs.
I'm not even necessarily one to believe that Weirdick was trying to pull that, but it just happened to go that way.
Yeah, maybe accidentally, but that you couldn't have asked for a better placement of that baseball.
Weirdick ends up at base, and 9-7 our score. Called strike there is this is Hobbs off the bench and going to pinch hit. That one's in the dirt for a ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nasty stuff from McGee. Way to battle back and get the next batter. Now number 2 recorded.
And that's exactly why McGee was brought into this game in this situation, too. He can really blow the batters away.
Glass to the plate now for Hazelton. Top of the fifth inning, 9-7. Greater Allegheny leads and 2 away. Runner on second. Pitch from McGee is swung on and missed. Fastball that Glass can't catch up to.
And that's one of those probably should have laid off of. A low pitch made the batter chase.
McGee delivers another one, swung on and missed. That one right down the pike, and again, can't catch up to it.
Similar pitch, too.
McGee quickly ahead. Ambrose calling for a high fastball. Delivers it to him, swing and a miss, strike 3. McGee sets down 2 on strikeouts. Hazelton, though, able to respond and get a couple runs across after 4.5 here from McKeesport. Greater Allegheny 9, Hazelton 7. GA Baseball on Champs. Bottom of the fifth inning returns after this. Bottom of the fifth inning here in McKeesport. I think this is what Helen Ritchie Field. How about that?
That is correct. And I'm able to spot that a mile there on top of the fire hall.
See that? You know I can't see that.
Yeah, I was wondering where you got the name from. Okay. But that is accurate.
That's good stuff. Bottom of the fifth inning, 9-7, Greater Allegheny. And Adam Jacko leads things off. That's good. Calling strike. Oh, boy.
Too bad that scoreboard's not operational.
No, it's not.
I'm not sure if it was going to be or not based on the switch I flick there trying to get broadcast on.
I don't know if we want anything that's going to be able to be traced back to.
Oh, you don't want to incriminate myself.
Yeah. That one fouled down the third base line. 0-2 on Jacko, the leadoff batter of the bottom of the fifth inning.
I think out of the two of us, they probably would figure it anyway.
Probably.
And the personality that allowed me to be the one to ask Mr. Williams. So what I bring to the table?
Are you done patting yourself on the back?
Not yet.
That's my question.
Well, now we got a pitch. I'm done now.
All right. 0-2 pitch. Fly ball out to left field. Back is the left fielder, and he can't catch up with it. Jack goes on his first to second, and he's standing in with a double.
I don't know if that was a sun or what. He thought he timed that perfectly, got right underneath the baseball, but just to the left of it, and it drops right next to him. The runner gets over to second, and with the speed the Jacko and Greater Allegheny runners have, this could again be dangerous for Penn State Hazelton.
Jacko a leadoff double to start things off in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Mark Hollis to the plate.
Seen a lot more contact being made and balls driven to the outfield by both of these two teams in the latter innings. I think that pitcher's duel is over.
What's still so amazing to me is Corey Ryba's still in the game. Man.
That is true, but his team's almost fought back to tie this thing. And you would have thought the way this game was going, they would have been the team to burn their bullpen. In turn, Grand City Allegheny has gone through 3 pitchers while holding the lead. There is a conversation, though, between pitcher and catcher.
Yeah, and there's something going on with second base. I don't know.
Again, I'm blocking able to see that. Yeah, it looks like they are either nailing it down, maybe on the Jacko run, on the missed time pitch in the outfield. Maybe that was, he stepped on it and knocked the nail out from the dirt. But this even buys some more time for the pitcher to keep on this game. He's able to loosen up here and add some time for some rest. I don't think he probably minds.
So I think we got everything fixed. Hollis stands in. Takes low for ball 1. 0-1-0. Race feels good.
Yeah, it does. We deserve it. On the game, the bleachers are right, vulnerable to the sun, just like the outfielders are.
Pickoff attempt at second. Jacko's able to get back.
Ambrose, somebody that lost an at-bat pickoff earlier and had a quick at-bat since, trying to join the party of getting on for Penn State Allegheny.
Taken there by Hollis. Now it's low as well.
Mostly low pitches from this pitcher, and again, got away from him. Hitting that low corner, all from the but even with hitting or catcher, they can't really pull it back into the strike zone.
That's ball 4. All this issue walk.
An outstanding spread for this particular Allegheny, off to 321 team batting average, 444 on base, as we mentioned earlier, and then a 433 slug percentage.
Play. That is his 80th walk of the season.
That's a lot.
Greater Allegheny.
But it's that and more to those numbers and to the team batting average, because they're getting more men on base. They're getting more opportunities with runs, getting more extra base hits. That's how they cleaned them up in the first. Keen eye by these Penn State GA batters.
Pick off at second. This is our... I think he would cut back in time. He did. Or did he? Yes, he did. That's second. There. 9-7 our score here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
runners trying for the second base pickoff.
They going to call balk? Yeah, they called a balk.
So runners moving to second and third.
What in the world? That looked like he did it on purpose, but the second baseman was able to catch it in center field in the that's popped. Off the cage, Groff continues to battle and now has two in scoring position here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Greater Allegheny looking to respond with some runs of their own after smack to right field, and it will fall short of the right fielder. That will bring in one, and will only bring in one as both runners were holding. Not sure if the right fielder was a catch. So just one. Nobody out.
Yeah, and the balk moved runners to second and third, both in scoring position in the middle of the at-bat. So now the clean hit over to the right field side, bounced right in front of the right fielder, allowed at least one to come home. I think it was the right decision to hold up for Ben there, but with his speed might have gotten Penn State. Greater Allegheny more to their lead after Penn State. Hazelton tried to fight back.
We'll take outside for ball one. Aaron McGee, who just came in to pitch for Greater Allegheny, now an opportunity to help his own cause, giving himself a little bit more of a cushion.
And give back the run from earlier.
Pitch inside. McGee lays off. McGee 341 coming into this afternoon with batting average. Pickoff attempt at first base. Groff back in on.
Penn being pesky on those base paths, really getting in the head of the defense and the pitcher for Penn State. Hazelton caused the balk, causing so much activity behind him. He's worrying more about that than the batters.
That one's popped up in foul ground and able to chase it down.
Couldn't dive for it in that spacious foul territory. The sun right there as well. Where is the sun not in this game? I mean, you want the sun out, but it really feels like the sun beaming over this entire field.
Well, I mean, this is a team. You were talking about the peskiness on the base path. 25 stolen bases coming in.
So the stats support it.
Yeah. You knew that, though. Ryba steps off and looks both runners back.
Almost had another example.
Groff has some speed at first, so you have to assume that there's going to be an opportunity where he's going to take off. That was almost an intentional high pitch to see if Groff was going to take off again. They're really worried about Groff right now.
Well, not only are they worried about Groff, but the pitcher's losing control a little bit, too. You got to wonder how much longer he stays in this game.
You got to assume the pitch count's getting up there, too. And that one is into right field. Will score one. And an RBI single by Aaron McGee gives Greater Allegheny an 11-7 lead, and that was the 110th pitch.
Unbelievable. I mean, you got to hand it to him. He was able to kind of calm this game down towards the middle, but now the game getting away from that. That's too many pitches. His arm is clearly getting tired. There's all-star pitchers who don't go that far in the games in terms of how many pitches they throw, which is the main factor, not the innings. His team was scoring some runs, but it's being destroyed by the comeback and the adding of more runs by Penn State GA. Runners advancing, worrying so much about what was going on behind him. And with the speed of the Penn State GA runners and their ability to make contact on these pitches, him losing control of his pitches, it was a kind of a trifecta of sorts that gets them out of this game.
With 110 pitches, only 51 went for strikes.
Yeah, so, and most of those that did not go for strikes were in the last few innings. He was losing control of where he wanted to put those pitches. And runners were able to be walked on. He hit a couple batters, runners advancing off the box. So Penn State GA upping that on-base percentage without even having to get a hit multiple times in this game, all leading to runs.
This is one of those games you really don't like to do the book for, you know.
Yeah, and luckily we don't have to do that.
So no pitcher on for Hazelton. Will be Pirelli will come into pitch for Hazelton. And still Greater Allegheny, Mike, party could continue here with nobody out.
Very much could, and it's going to make you wonder, too, and you don't know how thin their bullpen was, but it makes you wonder again that right after they scored 2 and made it 9-7, you start seeing some lack of control from the pitcher, and already getting over 90 pitches then, you let him go and you take him out of this game an inning earlier, you avoid these runs, and maybe you keep your comeback because it's the momentum swung to Penn State Hazelton briefly in this game and now fully back on the shoulders of Penn State Greater Allegheny.
Yes. They
and it's 2020 though, just like my vision.
Ambrose to the plate. He's taken all the way for a cold strike.
Make the pitcher throw. First couple batters of a new pitch.
And that was weakly, perfectly executed. Troy Ambrose beating that one out down the first baseline. What a job there. As the pitcher was trying to race after and just could not do it. And that brings in another.
Right now at the corners. Didn't even have to sacrifice himself, able to beat out the throw. And that was somebody who really just used his hops to get over there in time. Or are they calling him now? Seemed like Ambrose was none too pleased.
Yeah, the coach came down to get some clarification. And the only thing that I'm guessing is that the umpire's claiming that he touched the ball in play.
Yeah, I mean, he would have had to obstruct it because he was obviously safe in terms of beating out the throw from my vantage point.
But when Coach went over to get clarification, that seems like the explanation that I was.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes sense, too. And you saw him immediately and frustrated as you could understand.
There's another bunt. They're going to small ball this and load the bases up.
Well, it kind of worked with Ambrose besides the obstruction, and then again getting another base runner on and just tacking more base runners on, and again more base runners on for Penn State GA without even having to get a conventional hit.
Mark Hollis, a bunt single, loads the bases up. So we remain at 11-7. I would have to assume. And now here's Joshua Arroyo. 383 batting average for Arroyo. 20 runs batted in. That was before this afternoon. He brought in 3 back of the first inning.
Yeah, he has the muscle to crack this 2 in the outfield, and that could add some more RBI for him.
Pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Arroyo. Just 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Arroyo smacks another one to left field. left center fielder rolling underneath it. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Groff. He will come in to score. So sack fly for Arroyo brings in another. Make it 12-7.
Yeah, 24 now on his personal numbers for the runs batted in. Gets that into the outfield, elevated the pitch, used his muscle, exactly what you want from a big bumper in the middle of your lineup. Sends the runners, and Penn State GA doing all that work to get runners aboard adds another run. They capitalize when they get on.
Nusser, his first pitch he sees, he'll push into right field. That scores McGee. Then we'll score Concepcion. And two more come in to score to make it 14-7.
And McGee and Concepcion almost come in unison, really. I mean, that was, again, bounced right in front of the right fielder. He was able to field it cleanly, but drops in for a base knock and two more runs home for Penn State GA.
But how about John Nusser? John Nusser came in to replace Aaron McGee at the shortstop position off the bench. That was the first pitch he saw all game, and he roped it into right field.
Yep.
Pickoff attempt, Nusser back to first base, no problem. That one fished down, popped up weakly. Second baseman under will make the catch, but that just stops the bleeding. And it was something else. Greater Allegheny responds to Hazelton's 4 runs with 7 of their own. So after 5 innings, Greater Allegheny 14, Hazelton 7. Back on the Champ Sports Network for top of the 6th. Aaron McGee left the mound of the mid-5th with a 9-7 lead. He returns to the mound at the top of the 6th inning with a 14-7 lead. That's efficient offense every way of the word. First pitch of inning number 6 is a called strike. The second is swung on to first base. Arroyo will do the honors. No problem there. 1 away. Just 2 pitches for McGee in the inning.
And it had some comfort, too, for McGee, because when he did come in relief, you were seeing him a little bit away from the strike zone, a couple base runners on, and then he comes back in the game with now a 7-run advantage and another multi-run inning, more runners aboard and more runners sent home for Penn State GA.
Wide up at the pitch from McGee. Swung on and missed. Mark Hollis helping things out offensively, and now this is Myers at the plate for Hazelton. A 1 pitch, that's fouled back, and McGee not wasting any time here in the 6th. Has thrown 4 pitches and all 4 strikes or foul balls or hits.
Yeah, he throws it down the middle and basically just tells the batter, go after this one, and they can't.
Took something off that one, and it just missed on the breaking pitch.
Didn't look like the batter was ready there for that to drop down.
1-2 pitch. Fouled up into the cage. McGee ready and set to deliver another 1-2 pitch. That one just misses on the outside corner. Count goes even 2-2. Skips off the plate and the count goes full. Good at bat by Myers to force McGee to throw some strikes after he's decided to throw him some junk after getting ahead quickly 0-2. Payoff pitch is a fly ball out to right field. Ranging underneath it on the run will make the catch for out number 2. That is Roniak out there in right field, the freshman.
And hugging far deep in right field, too. Playing deep, unable to haul in the catch for the out.
Here's Cody Ryba. 2 away in the 6th inning. Called strike. One bounces up off the plate. That one smacked into center field for a base hit. Top of the order aboard. Charlie Karchner to the plate now for Hazelton with 2 out and 1 on. That's a called strike. Pumps another fastball that just misses high there.
Trying to paint the corners. These batters, though, improving their eye on McGee and not letting the bat off their shoulders. They don't like the pitch.
Runner goes. Throw down to second is in time, and they got him for out number 3. Nice rifle by Ambrose to get the 3rd out. And we played 5.5 here at McKeesport in Greater Allegheny, rolling 14-7, 2 touchdowns to 1 touchdown on the Champ Sports Network.
More of that football theme. And Ambrose, too, with that serious expression on his face, getting some revenge there on that cannon of an arm over to second base in the pickoff after being called for obstruction in the previous half inning. And it's Penn State GA team is uber confident, and they feel like, hey, they came to work here today, and they're taking care of business.
Take a break. 14-7, bottom of the 6th when we come back. the bottom of the sixth in McKeesport. Jacko laces one into right field and a leadoff single for Adam Jacko. Bottom of the sixth. Yeah, started one looked off. Softball score, they fall this afternoon 10-0 to Hazelton. Hazelton softball. Another pitch that's lofted by Hollis into shallow center field. And center fielder makes the catch for out one. But thanks to Mother Nature on Thursday, that turf field still in track.
Not a tornado. Yeah, no.
Field, Groff takes upstairs for ball one. Takes off for second.